The second night on my desert island, which doesn't seem to have any wild animals or poisonous snakes. But this apparent tranquility is still far from being reassuring. Another, even more serious danger. Solitude. It's now 2 days that I've been alone, and my anguish is already unbearable. To try to forget it, I keep myself busy. I was able to make a fire. I found some seagull eggs, some shellfish, fresh water, and most important, I found a small companion, a kid, the feeding of which is going to prove a serious problem. My baby goat is dying of hunger. He hasn't eaten anything since yesterday. What can I feed him? The only way to feed a suckling goat is to find a female goat with milk. His hammock becomes a net to trap a mother for him. Now I'll find out if a man can run as fast as a wild goat. A man can sleep in a baobab, taking certain precautions. A baby goat can sleep in a baobab tree if he has a hammock. But a mother goat can't possibly sleep in a baobab. I'll have to construct a hut to protect us from the sun and from nocturnal visitors, although I haven't seen any dangerous animals on the island. What a pleasure it is to be back on the soft ground again after 2 nights on a branch that almost broke my ribs. But let's not be ungrateful toward this tree whose hospitality I greatly appreciated. What will I dream about tonight? Why not choose my happiest memories? Really, when I think of it, the happiest moments of my youth were those when I was engaged in sports. My passion for fencing made me hasten my departure from my father's house. I was in a hurry to amuse myself, to live. I was happy, I was young, and I was proud of my skill.
Be careful, the tip's off the foil. Oh.
you all right? Did I hurt you?
Not seriously. But I won't be able to write for a few days. It's a good thing, I say. The law can wait. My law studies, hardly begun, were interrupted. The paternal storm couldn't fail to burst soon. I awaited it with anxiety, shut up in my room. I waited. My father stayed in front of my door a few moments, then gave up. Nothing is more unnerving than a storm which doesn't break. I had to take action. In that room, where from childhood I had dreamed of adventures, I decided I had dreamed enough. What future awaited me here? Was I going to breathe the moldy air of a lawyer's office all my life? Was I the sort of a man to trifle with old wigs when I dreamed of braving whales, pirate ships, storms? Would I have to dispute rights to adjoining walls and parcels of land when I felt myself of a caliber to explore continents? Of course, I would cause my father some pain. But when he would see me return later, rich, respected, owner of many ships, master of innumerable slaves, wouldn't he be proud of me? I had to flee before it was too late. I knew that my father loved me dearly, despite his severity. I, too, loved him with all my heart. Seeing him in front of the globe of the world which had given me my taste for travel, I was touched. But nothing could stop me anymore. I didn't want to fail in my plans for escape. I gave up my usual careless ways and took all the precautions possible. I foresaw even the rags to muffle my horse's steps. Easy, Dick, easy. Goodbye, Dick. Farewell, my dog. Farewell, Dick. Farewell, home of my childhood. Farewell, my father. En route for adventure and glory. One last hold still tied me to the past. My horse. I had to sell him. I left this last friend of my youth with great sorrow, of course, but the love of departure was stronger. A little while later, I reached the port of Hull on the east coast of England. In my search for a berth, I was made to feel all the profound disdain that sailors feel for landlubbers. Each time I asked for information about an outbound ship, I was answered either by nonsense or by silence. The sea attracted me, and the sailors rejected me. The situation was becoming ridiculous. I didn't even dare talk to a sailor anymore. However, I took a room in an inn for sailors to try to gain admittance to this closed circle. Nothing helped. The signs of contempt which showered on me were becoming more intolerable each time. To top everything, I couldn't manage to find the person I had come to look for in Hull, my childhood friend Willie. I felt alone in the world. What irony. You've got to be abandoned on a desert island to know real solitude. A hat is floating on the sea. Am I really alone? There's the wreck of the Esmeralda. The tide must have carried it out, and strong currents brought it in again to within a few yards offshore.
Oh!
No answer. No sign of life on the wreck. There isn't much hope of finding one of my companions. I'd better proceed cautiously. There might still be bodies on the ship. Sharks will be drawn to the wreck, eager for a feast. I don't intend to serve as an appetizer. Happily, no surprise encounters. But I feel the wreck shifting under my feet with each wave. It could split apart at any moment. It would be stupid, after surviving a tempest, to be drowned on a beautiful day. So, eyes and ears open, and get out the first disturbing sound.
Oh,
There's life on board after all. Where's that dog?
Come on, come on. Here, here. Come on, come on. Come here, will you? Come on. Don't be afraid. Come on. That's a good dog. There. That's right. There we go. Come on. Oh, come on. Well, stay, idiot. I must take everything, down to the last nail. In a civilized country, we are used to having all we need at our fingertips. But on a deserted island, a simple needle is 1,000 times more precious than the crown jewels. A problem. How am I going to get all this to shore? A Bible, my companion for life. It's not very wise to dive into a wrecked ship, but I need that spyglass to see ships that might pass the island. There's a large store of gunpowder aboard. It still seems dry. Not a minute to lose. I must get everything off the ship. I can't carry it all on my back. I'll have to build a raft. But will I finish in time? Those were strong currents I had felt swimming out to the wreck. My raft could be washed away. It's not an easy craft to steer. The wisest thing would be to run a line to the ship. Until you've tried it, you don't know how hard it is to swim dragging a rope behind you. The further you go, the heavier it gets. Finally, it gets so heavy you can hardly make any headway. I don't know if I can make it to the ship. I don't have time to cut enough branches. I'll have to use some wood from the ship. I worked like a madman. I've never worked so hard in my life, even when I was a slave. But I was so afraid of not finishing in time that I drove myself even harder. These barrels will help. I'll use them as floats for my raft. At last, I'm ready to load. But what'll I start with? Everything seems so precious. I'll start with whatever I lay my hands on first. I have only one worry. The raft will sink under the great load. That's floating beautifully. I guess I have some talents after all. Father always said I was good for nothing. I wish he could see me now, sailing majestically on my own vessel, made with my own hands. How unforgivable. I almost forgot the dog. There we are. I'm going to call you Dick. Dick. Here, Dick. That's right. Dick, like the dog I left behind in England. Tonight, I'm almost happy.